welcome to another episode of Drilling Deeper. My name is Christina. We're here at the Oil Museum of Canada to revisit a topic we were discussing earlier. In an earlier episode, we were discussing fires in the oil fields and the dangers that surrounded them. Well, the people here living in Oil Springs and Petrolia had some unique solutions to control the threat of fire and the hazards that were associated with it. Open flames from lanterns and fire pits were a constant threat, and lightning strikes could catch an oil field on fire. One of the ways that they came up with was a solution presented by John D. Noble. John D. Noble had experienced an oil fire at his wells and at his site, and he didn't want to lose the thousands of dollars to an oil fire again. His solution was quite simple: to use the local geology and landscape of Lambton County to its benefits. Lambton sits on a very thick, tight clay soil. This clay, this blue clay, is so tight that it can be impermeable to liquids. What the solution was these underground storage tanks. To here we can see the lid of an underground storage tank. So what is an underground oil storage tank? They would dig a hole in the ground and line it with wooden cribbing, kind of a wooden box. But the clay itself would have been smoothed so that it could hold the oil within it. Underground, there was less threat of exposure and less oxygen. Not only was there less threat of a lightning strike, the ground and soils itself insulated the petroleum products, maintaining a stable temperature. This was a solution that was unique to this area. We do not know of it being used in other areas, whether it was used in the United States or in Europe. But in Lambton County, this solution worked based on its local geology and soil landscapes. They also created an ingenious supply network of underground piping so that there was no exposure to the surface. Now, this was very popular throughout the 1800s, right up until the mid-20th century. And that's because they noticed in the oil fires that the steel above ground tanks used to melt from the heat if they did catch fire, and it would spill its contents everywhere. John D. Noble in particular, his fire on his site burned for 2 weeks and burned 10 acres of land, scorching the ground to a depth of 10 feet. This is something nobody wanted to experience again, and they came up with these unique solutions such as underground storage tanks that worked for that time period based on the knowledge and resources that they had available to them. Today, the oil industry has so many rules and regulations that use both the local geology and many of the other aspects that we understand about petroleum today to ensure that these fires no longer exist, that we are safe from these threats. If you're looking for more information, please feel free to contact the Oil Museum and like and follow us across all our social media channels. Bye-bye for now.